Hi, this is Sweet June coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, hit the share. I have some further thoughts on, by the way, it's a beautiful day up here in Michigan. Beautiful day. Trying to enjoy the day while I can. Enjoy the nice warm weather while I can, because it's about to get real out here. Wintertime is definitely coming because my body hurting. Ooh, it's hurting. I'm not looking for it. I'm gonna be a snowbird one of these days. I'm gonna become a snowbird. They say snowbirds are people that live up north the rest of the year, but in the wintertime they go to Florida, California, or someplace like that where it's nice and warm. I'm gonna be a snowbird. I'll start going south in the winter. South, anywhere where it's warmer. Be a snowbird. Then I come back up here in Michigan when the weather's nice. When the weather get nice again, and I come back to Michigan. Be a snowbird. Sounds good to me. I had some further thoughts on the divesters. I have some further thoughts on the divesters. I did a couple videos talking about the divesters, and they're talking about the divestment, the black female divestment community on here on YouTube. They've been talking about black women trying to. I'm seeing more and more videos now. More and more people are coming on YouTube and doing more videos talking about that. Black women not giving birth to black male children. And I was talking about how, well, I'll never get on board with that. I mean, I was talking about in my last video how it's a lot of healing that needs to take place between black men and black women. There's some emotional trauma that black women have been through, emotional trauma that black men have been through, and there needs a lot of healing needs to take place. So that's what I talked about in that other video. I may put the link to that video, but my computer's is acting up right now. So I'm gonna go into a little bit of that, and then I'll I don't know, I might talk about some other stuff. I don't know, it's just kind of a random. Yes, I'm gonna talk about that, but then I might talk about some other stuff too. So not sure how I'm gonna title this video yet, but anyway, I had some further thoughts on that, and I'm noticing that more and more are coming on YouTube and talking about that, and more and more black women are coming on YouTube, and they're kind of co-signing Cynthia G. She started it. She started with the first video, and so they're kind of like following her lead, and they're kind of co-signing and agreeing with what she's saying. And you know, I'm gonna go on record of saying this. I know that black women are tired. I get it. I get it. I'm a black woman myself. I'm a black woman myself. I know that black women are tired. I know they are. Because it's really frustrating when you get on YouTube, and as a black woman, you already have society telling you that you're less attractive, and that's been since the beginning of time. We already have society telling us that we're less attractive, we're not the standard of beauty, that we're the least attractive, we're the least of everything. We already have society as a whole telling us this, trying to program our minds into thinking that. It depends on whether you, as a black woman, whether you fall for that or not, you know, or are you going through that deprogramming? Like I said in my last video, a deprogramming process needs to take place. So I had to deprogram. I had to go through a deprogramming, and that's a continual process. I think it's a continual process, you know, for black people, because as a black woman, it's really, really hard to maintain a healthy self-esteem as a black woman. It's really, really hard, because we get a lot of messages through the media. The media plays a huge role, and we get a lot of, as black women, we get a lot of negative messages as a society, and the media plays a huge part in that. One day I went to the store. It's the rich people supermarket that we have here, and went in there. Well, a couple things. One time I went in there and I looked at the magazine aisle, and all I seen was Cosmetology and all the magazines with white women on the cover. They had an Essence magazine, and they had it behind the other magazines. I had to go out of my way to look for it. So what I did, I said, ain't that about nothing? What I did is I took that Essence magazine and I put it in the front. I took the Essence magazines and put it in the front. So this is it's little things like that. It's one of those things that it would go right over your head if you didn't pay it any attention. Now another time I went into the same store. Now mind you, this store is on my side of town. It's a I call it the rich people's store because it's very expensive. It's not like Walmart. It's not like Walmart or Myers, but it's a Michigan store. It's a store that's a locally owned type store, and it's predominantly the area that this store is in. It's a predominantly white area, but there's blacks that live in that area too. You know what I mean? And there's different classes, but a lot of white people go to this store. But there's a lot of black people that go there too. And it's on my side of town, so I go there a lot because it's on my side of town. So I went into that store one day. I was getting off of work, and I needed some shampoo or something for my hair because I was working nights. And so I went into that store to pick up something. And there's a Family Dollar next to it, but either the Family Dollar wasn't open yet because it's really super early in the morning. Either the Family Dollar wasn't open yet, or I didn't want to go over there because I'm tired. I'm just getting off work. I'm tired. I want to go home. So I kind of wanted to do the one-stop shopping thing like the Walmarts, and the Myers store. I kind of want to I wanted to do the one-stop shopping thing. I wanted to go in and get whatever other items I was going to get, plus the shampoo for my hair. So I didn't have to go next door or go to the hair store to get my shampoo. I wanted to get it all in the same trip. Well, I goes to the hair. Now, mind you, I've been going to the store for years. And I know I'm getting off subject, but I went into the hair product aisle where they have all the hair products and things like that. I see, and it's almost a whole entire aisle. Why I didn't see no black hair care products? I'm looking for the black hair care products, and I don't see them. I'm like, huh? Where's the black hair care products? I'm telling you, I searched high and low. Because mind you, I've never. Usually, typically, when I go to that store, I go there just to buy groceries. Because it's a very expensive store, so I don't bother going in there buying, laundry detergent unless it's on sale or other stuff, miscellaneous stuff like that. I just go to buy grocery items and that's it, and I get, stuff that's on sale. So I never, ever, ever went to that store for hair care products. So I never paid attention to the hair care aisle because that's not what I went to that store for. But that particular day, I wanted to get everything in one trip. So I figured I'll shoot over to the hair care aisle and maybe grab some shampoo. I didn't see not one black hair care product in that hair aisle. The hair care aisle. Not one black hair care product over there. I said, ain't that about a trip? I said, why they ain't got no black hair care products in the store? I said, there's a lot of blacks that come up in here. So I started to talk to the manager. But I was tired. I didn't want to mess with it. Maybe if I go back in there another day and check the aisle again and I don't see any, then I might say something to the manager. But I started to address that with the manager, and I started to tell them, look, there's no black hair care products in this store. I don't understand why you don't carry them, because there's a lot of black customers that shop in this store. See, I'm one of these people. I will say, honey, don't underestimate me. I may be Sweet June, but I will address something if I have to. If I feel something needs to be addressed, I will address it. So I started to talk to the manager, but like I said, I was tired getting off work. I didn't feel like messing with him. I said, ain't that about nothing? I was kind of upset. I'm like, really? I ain't got no black hair care products in the store. So that's what I'm saying, I know I got way off subject. Society tells us, black women as a whole, they tell us that we're not attractive. We're not the beauty standard. That our skin tone is not beautiful. Our hair is not beautiful. That's society. If you buy into that kind of thing, and then to add insult to injury, we go to YouTube and other social media outlets, and what do we see? All we see is nothing but black men bashing us, calling us ugly, saying that we're less than any other race of women, that other races of women are more beautiful than us, they're better people, and we're evil and they're nice. And they're saying that about all of us. They're not just saying that about, they're saying it about all of us, because we get judged as a whole. People don't realize that's one of the privileges. That's one of the privileges. See, other races of women, or particularly white women, get to be judged as an individual. They get to be judged as individual. It doesn't matter what other women in the race is doing. They get to be judged as individuals. Black women don't get that privilege. We really don't get that privilege. We get judged as a whole. It's always been like that, and it probably always will be. And this is why I'm kind of an advocate for black women entertainers, the black women in the entertainment industry. I'm really, really concerned, and I'm kind of an advocate of how they represent us, because whether they realize it or not, what they do has a reproach on the rest of us. It's like they have a responsibility, and I know they don't want to hear that, but they do have a responsibility, because you are in the entertainment industry and you're in the public eye. You have a responsibility. You got to think about the rest of the black women out there and how people, because when they see you doing that, they're going to say we're all, look what she doing. How she dressing and twerking and stuff. See, them black women are ratchet. That's the first thing that they're going to say, is them black women are ratchet. If I've seen it once, I've seen it a million times in my lifetime. We get judged as a whole, and we are the most stereotyped, stigmatized. Everything that we do is stigmatized. Like, if we're single mothers, doesn't matter what the circumstances is. Your black woman could have got married and could have got a divorce, or her husband could have died and she wound up being a single mother. It doesn't matter. She's going to get stigmatized. She could have been in a long-term relationship with the father of her children, and then the situation didn't work out, and now she's a single mother. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the situation is. We're going to get stigmatized as being single mothers. But then when another race of women is a single mother, that same stigmatization is not there. Just like the Kardashians, and I hate to bring them up because I know they get bashed enough, but the Kardashians, there's only one of them that have children by their husband, and that was Kim. The rest of them had children out of wedlock, outside of marriage. Nobody never says anything. They say everything else about them. They'll say everything else about them. They'll bash them about everything else, their cosmetic surgery and all that, but they will not bash them about having children out of wedlock. That's the one thing that they will not bash them about. But you let a black female entertainer, I remember Erykah Badu a few years back. I love her singing. I love her I'm a fan. Erica Badu a few years back had some children, and she wasn't married to the fathers, and I remember her getting bashed about that. You see the difference? See, a black woman can have a child. Doesn't matter if she's an entertainer or whatever. Doesn't matter who she is. Can have a child outside of marriage, and it doesn't matter what her circumstances is. She could have the children within a marriage, and then wind up getting a divorce, or the father of the children could have died. I know there's black women out here that had children, and the father passed away, and that landed her as a single mother. It doesn't matter what the situation, the circumstances is. We all get put in the same box. We all get that stigmatization, and we get it coming. We get it worst of all, coming from our own men, coming from our own race of men that's supposed to understand what we're going through, that's supposed to have our back, that's supposed to be patient with us and everything. They're jumping on the bandwagon with bashing us. Now, I'm not saying all black men, but a lot of them are. It's an alarming number. I will say it's an alarming number of black men that are bashing us. And I know that black women are tired, and I get it. I know black women are tired. They're tired. I hate that. I have those same issues. And then when you go into the black communities, you seeing these black men killing the black women, and they're killing black children. It used to be a code. Vlad TV, I was watching him, and there was a rapper on there the other day, or he was talking to somebody. I think it was a rapper or somebody. He was talking to somebody, and he was saying that it used to be a code. It used to be a code that you didn't shoot women and children. He was talking about the hood and stuff like that, and he was saying back in the day it used to be a code that you didn't shoot women and children, and now it's like a war zone. The black community is like a war zone. It's like they're shooting up everybody now. But see, back in the day, it used to be a code where they did not shoot women and children. And now they're shooting everybody. A lot of babies are dying, particularly in Chicago. So black women look at their communities, and they're seeing how the communities are, and a lot of them are raising their children by themselves. And and so I understand the frustration. I have those same concerns. I'm upset about those same things. So I get it that black women are upset about that stuff, and they're tired. And I understand it. A lot of black women are tired. I get tired too. But I'm also tired of our race of people being divided. I'm also tired of our people being divided. And that it's an agenda. It's an agenda to keep us divided. Back in the day, in slavery times, it was they physically kept us divided by selling off our families, breaking up our families and selling them off. Breaking up the families, selling the father to somebody's family, selling the mama away, selling the kids away. Just imagine how horrific that was. We can't imagine it. It goes beyond our imagination. We can't even wrap our mind around it. It was horrific. All the stuff that took place in slavery was horrific. We can't even begin to imagine what our ancestors went through. It just goes beyond our imagination. So back then, in slavery times, it was physically separating black people and keeping black people divided. Like they would say the house slave and the field slave. The house slave, that's actually another point that I want to make, because I don't want to make this video too long. But it was just some things I was thinking about the other day, and I'm trying to put all this together. I might have to break that down in another video. But to make a long story short, the house slave and the field slave, the house slave thought they were better because they were in the house. But the slave masters, they didn't think they was any better than the field slave. You were still a slave, regardless of whether you was in the house or in the field. So they wanted you to help them. They want you to help them keep the field slaves in check. But they still seen you as a slave. See? Also, so back then it was being done, and then they said the 60s came along, 50s and 60s or whatever. 60s came along, and They said that the black families were being broke up systematically. Systematically, they were breaking the black families up, saying that in order to get governmental assistance, the man had to be out of the house and stuff like that. So black families were being broken up via the systematic breaking up of the black family, systematically. Now it's being done mentally. You kind of feel where I'm going with this? It's being done mentally now through the media programming. It's being done mentally, through our mind, programmed and conditioning. Trying to program black men and pit black men against black women and black women against black men. And try to convince that other races of people, particularly white people, are better. And like I said in other videos, nobody is better because of their race. It's not logical. People are not better because of their race. And the history that, I don't want to go into the history and everything between black people and white people. If you think that as a black person, you got some hooked on finest things going on. I'm going to copy Shay. Brother, when I watched the Shay show, he said that. I had to give him his credit for that. Anyway, I didn't mean to make a joke, but people are not good because of their race. So it's like a programming, it's a deprogramming that needs to take place. And on you add on top of that all the things that's going on in the black community and stuff like that, it's really complicated. And then when I talked about the other day, the emotional trauma that black women have suffered and black men have suffered, when you add that in the pot with all that going on, it just keeps us divided. It keeps our people divided because they don't want us to get to a certain level. Like Tulsa, like I said, it goes back to when it was being, our families and everything was being broken up physically, like Tulsa, Seneca Valley in New York, Rosewood in Florida. Every time black people tried to build up an infrastructure, it was tore down. It was destroyed. Because they don't want us to get to a certain level. And then now we're in the danger of becoming a permanent underclass. So I can't get on board with this throwing away, black women throwing away black men and black men throwing away black women, giving up on black women giving up on black men. The only time that you should be with another race of people, I get with another race, we met, we hit it off, we got some things in common, we fell in love. And that is the only reason why you should be with anybody of another race, because of love. Any other reason, it's not logical. It's not logical. And it's not going to benefit you. It's not going to benefit them. Because you go to another race of people because you're upset with your race of people. That's not good on that person. It's not good on that person, because that person, everybody, at the end of the day, everybody's human. Everybody has feelings. That person doesn't get the full benefit of being with somebody that loves them for who they are. Everybody deserves to be loved for who they are as a person. not because of their race. So you're robbing that person of the benefit of being with someone that loves them for them and for who they are, not because they're a Pacific race and because you upset with the people in your own race. I wouldn't want to be with a white man that didn't like his own women. His mama white. I'd be like, your mama white. I would be like questioning that. But sometimes the other race, when the black men get with a white woman, black women get with a white, sometimes there's an ego process that goes on, and I ain't gonna go into that because that's a whole nother video. But you feel me? I mean, sometimes my mind be going faster than, I just feel like, it's an agenda here. It's an agenda to divide, to conquer and divide. It's an agenda to keep our people divided. And it's being done mentally. It's an agenda to keep us divided. I mean, that's all I can. I mean, there just ain't no other way to put it. It's just an agenda. But what the problem is that we're falling for this agenda. Our people are falling for this agenda. We are allowing this, because people can only do what you allow them to do. They can only do what you let them do. And black people are allowing that to happen. Like I said, a deprogramming process has to take place. It's like a deprogramming process. Because I know, because I got to do it. I had to do it. I used to think that I don't like to use the term nappy. I used to think that African hair was bad too, back in the day. I used to think African hair was bad. And now when somebody say nappy hair, I'll be like, what's wrong with nappy hair? See, I ask them questions. What's wrong with nappy hair? Nothing wrong with nappy hair. I mean African hair. Then I'll correct them. First of all, it's not a nappy hair, it's African hair. And what's wrong with African hair? What's wrong with having African hair? See, when a person say that to me, I come back to them with that question. What's wrong with African hair? There's nothing wrong with African hair. African hair is beautiful. So it's like it's really a deprogramming process. People say dark skin. What's wrong with dark skin? Black is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with dark skin. Black people come in all shades, and all shades are beautiful. All the shades that we come in is beautiful. Dark-skinned men are beautiful. Dark-skinned women are beautiful. All the shades that we come in are beautiful. There's beauty in all races. There is no. I did a whole video talking about that, but I can't even find the video. I did it so far long. I can't tell you where the video's at. But I did a whole video talking about that a long time ago. There is no standard of beauty. Because there is no standard. Because there's beauty in all races. I've seen some beautiful white women. I've seen some beautiful Asian women. I've seen beautiful women, and there's a lot of beautiful black women out here. I'm one of them. It's a lot of beautiful black women out here. Beauty comes in all races and all shades. This idea that only you have to be a certain skin tone or you have to be a certain race to be beautiful is just ridiculous. Beauty comes in all races. You hear what I'm saying? Dark-skinned models are like a trend now. They're like a trend. The beautiful, really like super dark-skinned black women, they're so black that they blue black. But they got the most beautiful skin complexion. I be looking at them like, I need to hit the tanner a couple of times. I mean, the skin is just absolutely gorgeous. This is absolutely beautiful. So it's just it's a deprogramming thing that needs to take place with us. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off, but I might I'm wait on me. I ain't done. I'm not on here YouTube to gossip. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to come on YouTube to gossip. I'm gonna educate. I'm gonna educate my people. I'm gonna be a fine witness spiritually. I don't have time to come on here and gossip and talk about people. I don't do that anyway. Don't have time for it. I want to see black people do better. We need to do better. We can do better. And I'm not throwing my people away. I'm not throwing my black men away, and I'm not throwing my black women away, and I'm not throwing my black children away. Absolutely not. And I will never get on board with doing that. I love my people. I love everybody, and I love my people, and I'm not throwing my people away. I'm not. We got this. We can do this. But we got to put God first. God, Jehovah God has got to come first. We got to put him first. And we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. We got to put him first. Okay, hit me up. Sorry that this video is so long. Hit me up in the comment section. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. Think about what I said now. Peace and love. This is Sweet June.